Most of the time, airlines are only allowed to have flights to and from their home country. But there's this thing called Fifth Freedom flights. One of my favorite examples of this is a current Emirates flight that they take their A380 and they fly it from Christchurch, New Zealand to Sydney, Australia. And then that flight continues on to Dubai. Obviously, the reverse of that flight is done Dubai to Sydney and then Sydney to Christchurch. So this means a Middle Eastern airline is flying between two foreign countries, New Zealand and Australia. And the airline is only allowed to do this because of something called the Fifth Freedom. The freedoms of the air were established at a conference in the 1940s, and they all revolve around the ability for one country's airline to enter and land in another country's airspace. So there are 5 universally recognized freedoms that are recognized all over the world. And then there are some additional freedoms, but they are only recognized by certain countries. The first freedom is the ability to fly over a country without landing in it. The second right is the right to refuel or do maintenance in a foreign country without embarking or disembarking passengers or cargo. The third right is to fly from one's own country to a foreign country. And the fourth right is to fly from a foreign country to one's own country. And of course, the fifth freedom, which is the right to fly between two foreign countries when the flight is originating or ending in one's home country. So like my Emirates example. Emirates has a bunch of Fifth Freedom flights actually all over the world. So yeah, that's why it's called a Fifth Freedom flight. They are pretty cool and unique and honestly can sometimes provide a really good value for credit card points. And sometimes it'll give you the opportunity to fly on an airline that you may not have flown on otherwise.